always been someone who wants to understand. That's kind of like my goal in life. I want to understand. And one of the things I want to understand is people. When I came across this issue while I was starting to dread my hair about white people with dreadlocks, it set off some bad feelings in me. I go to a school where it's so liberal that at times we have problems with reverse racism. Not necessarily from black people or from people of ethnicity, but mostly from white people who are racist against themselves, which it doesn't help. It doesn't make it any better for anyone else. Hate breeds hate. Hating white people is not going to erase history. It's not going to change anything. It's only going to make things worse. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the history of dreadlocks. For those people that believe that only black people should have dreadlocks, I wanted to point out the fact that dreadlocks have existed dreadlocks came before straight hair. They were there before we had combs. I mean, when was the first comb invented? Definitely after the first person. So, well, hopefully if you believe in science and evolution and all of that. But anyway, combs were not around before people. They came around a long time after people were here. So, my point is, people had natural dreads for thousands of years before people ever started combing their hair. Which means that every race, every society, every civilization, and every little clan and tribe before that had some form of natural dreadlocks. I wanted to also point out that dreadlocks are a really important part of a lot of different cultures. They were a central facet in Hindu culture. The whole journey of dreadlocks, the whole journey of the process of dreadlocks as a spiritual journey is actually very Middle Eastern and Southeast Asian. It was a big part of the whirling dervishes culture in many Middle Eastern cultures, nomadic cultures. The religious aspect of dreadlocks was profound. It was also found in a lot of Northern European cultures, like some tribes in Northern Ireland and the Norse tribes. Anyway, I think Mayans too. There have been a lot of comments that have been talking about this. If you look them up on Wikipedia, I don't know how many people believe Wikipedia. I personally love Wikipedia. If you're not a huge fan of Wikipedia, don't look at Wikipedia. Anyway, what I wanted to say was that, yes, lately dreadlocks have been, the whole Jamaican Rasta thing is pretty much where it's coming from. I don't really think that a lot of people get dreadlocks because they want to look like a picked warrior from Northern Ireland. But at the same time, I think, at least personally, I didn't start dreading my hair so that I could look like a Rasta man, or try to be Rastafarian, or anything like that. That may or may not offend you. I'm sorry if my hair offends you. I'm not going to change my hair because it offends you. Although, I really hope you would not be offended by it, because that makes me sad. Anyway, my point is, back to the whole Rasta thing. About white people stealing black people's culture. When you've been an oppressed group, you want to hold on to what you have. And culture is one of the most amazing things that comes out of oppression and hard times. Like, the Depression and awful things happen. Really beautiful culture and artistic works can come out of that. And that's something that people want to hold on to when they've been through something. As a society, throughout history, whatever. But culture is one of those things, no matter what kind of trend or cultural practice you look at, it circulates through the world. Culture and practices have always gotten passed from one group to another. It's part of our evolution as humans. We pass what we learn, we pass what works for us. We, through desire or not, whether we want to or not, things pass between people. And yeah, maybe you could call it stealing. I personally call it appreciating. And anyway, I think it would be far more offensive if things that were popular in black culture were left out of white culture. If white people said, oh, that's just for black people, we won't accept that, we won't do that, because it's not good enough for us. I think that would be much worse. I think the fact that white people are doing things that black people do is a compliment, and I think it shows that we're moving forward in our way to, on our path to eradicate racism. So, I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to offer that perspective. I could also offer the perspective of how many black people straighten or add extensions to their hair to make it look more Caucasian. There's a lot of that going on, obviously, and I think that's cool too. You can do with your hair whatever you want. And it's not saying something bad about one culture or promoting another one. It's just, oh, I see something I like, let me do it. And I think that's part of how we evolve as people. And I just hope that this video could clarify some of the feelings of people who feel offended by this new trend. And I hope you all have a good day.